Switch to Martin. Now Guido.
That's it long range. He's got it. This first in a Loyal jersey. 1-0 San Diego.
Stadium in San Diego. It has been a sellout the last few days. Loyal SC ready to kick off this season.
Drew actually got a hand on it, and this one will go high and up and in. One more time.
Torero Stadium in San Diego. Professional soccer has finally arrived.
Welcome in to Torero Stadium. It is Matchday Live. I am Darren Smith. He is Nate Abarea. Matchday Live tonight brought to you by Quidel. With you up until 7:30 tonight. Another matchup inside of the Pacific Division. San Diego Loyal, 8 wins, 3 draws, and 8 losses, taking on Orange County Soccer Club, 4th in the Pacific Division, 7 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses. That's the matchup here tonight. SD Loyal coming off its biggest win in terms of goal production that we've seen in club history. Nate Abarea, what a pleasure it is to be with you yet again. We saw 5 goals scored the only other time that Nate Abarea hosted Matchday Live. What do you have for an encore here tonight? No pressure whatsoever, my friend.
I don't know if I can guarantee a 6-pack of goals, but I can guarantee a 12-pack of Buena Vesa here in the Buena Vesa Social Club. So we'll see what Loyal can do in terms of goal output this evening. What a night that was back on Wednesday. History in so many different ways, and young history for some more young history. It was such a beautiful, beautiful night, capped off by CJ Fodre, 17 years old, scoring the opening goal, scoring the 5th goal of the night for SD Loyal.
Well, I'll tell you, it was an amazing night, so much so that I had to run it back here with the Loyal Select shirt. And Nate, I also had to go back to the San Diego Loyal website to read something that you had written before the start of the season about Loyal Select. And I'd rather you explain that here in briefly, since we don't have all night, but we'll have to get to the starting 11, and we're going to talk to
Gotta get to the pregame show.
But I went back and I read what you wrote because I just thought it was so significant to go back and read about Loyal Select. Ian Mai, who played all 90-plus minutes for Loyal on Wednesday night, a 5-1 victory against Las Vegas Lights, and CJ Fodre scoring his first ever professional goal. I could tell this amazing story about seeing him post-match when we were done with Matchday Live, him walking out with the ball that he scored, courtesy of Corey Herzog, and his mom before they got into the family minivan and drove back home. It was an incredible moment, but you had a chance before anybody else to really understand what Loyal Select was all about. We'll get into Matchday Live and what it is tonight here with Orange County, but man, I've been thinking about that since Wednesday night when we signed off.
Yeah, it was back in mid-April. I had the great pleasure of having a phone call, a conference call. I think it was a Zoom call. It was something where we had 4 gentlemen on the line being interviewed at the same time, and they were the first 4 Loyal Select players to be signed to senior team contracts with SD Loyal. And we saw Ian Mai, shout out to Shabinolati as well, and shout out to the whole first 4. But the other night was really about Ian Mai and CJ Fodre, and they gave such great quotes in that interview, and it was so special because we do so many interviews. Hell, Darren, Monday through Friday, you do 1,000 interviews. Sometimes they can kind of run together.
Yeah.
Sometimes the answers become very similar to all the other answers. When you interview 16 and 17-year-olds fresh off signing, the adrenaline of signing their first professional contracts, they had things to say. And even their nervousness in talking to me was something to say. It was a beautiful kind of nervousness mixed with a confidence and a pride of going from teenage amateurs to professional players with the signing of a pen. And then CJ Fodre and Ian Mai the other night took it to a whole nother level. And to think back to that interview the other night, I alluded to it a little bit in the postgame. I remember Ian Mai telling me stories of playing soccer in his neighborhood in Mission Valley and being called in for dinner by his mother, who sometimes would get a little bit angry at him and had a very standard home before dark law. at the My Home. It was home before dark, and he would push it, and he would get hauled in, he'd get fed his dinner, and there were stories that Ian Mai told me. He said, I guess my mom knows by now that I snuck back out a few times. And so he's talking summer days where he would be playing from 1 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on his street in Mission Valley. And then he'd get hauled in, sometimes by the back of his own shirt by his mother, fed dinner, digest the food for 20, 30 minutes, and he'd sneak back out for a streetlight night game with his friends. And these stories aren't from too long ago.
Yeah.
These stories are from what, like 3-4 years ago? He was 13 in this story. He's 16 now. CJ Fodre telling stories of him and his friends on summer vacation, hopping fences and getting chased off by security because it was the nicest field that they wanted to play on. And just to know all of that and to hear the real human side of these youngsters, these young kids, and then to see these young men play full 90s and score a 5th goal in a historic night for their team, man, shout out to Ian Mai and shout out to CJ.
And I'm sure for guys that have been around the game as long as Landon Donovan, Corey Herzog, I'm sure that brought them back, this youthful joy, exuberance, to see what Ian Mai was capable of doing at 16 years of age, to see what CJ Fodre was able to do at 17 years of age, and to start thinking about where they were at that age as well. We discussed that a lot on Matchday Live, but this is the 3rd match now in the span of a week. This also is the conclusion of the 4-match homestand here tonight against Orange County Soccer Club. So this is a big one as we look at the standings inside of the Pacific Division. It is number 3 versus number 4. San Diego Loyal comes into the match here sitting on 27 points. We've given you the records already. Orange County Soccer Club, 26 points. Geographically, these are the 2 closest clubs in the Pacific Division. Orange County Soccer Club, bringing about 30, 40 fans with them, hopping on a bus, heading down the 5 freeway. So we might hear a little bit of that tonight. Hopefully not too much, though. But, you know, we also know a thing or two about tiebreakers in the Pacific Division, that it's not goal differential. So this is an important one tonight, that San Diego Loyal can go out, Nate, and they can win the season series against Orange County. Pick up 3 points here tonight at home. Finish your homestand on a high note before you go and play at Sacramento next Saturday night, a place Loyal had never visited before. But you also, in case there's any other tie-breaking scenarios somewhere down the road, I realize it's match day 20 and there's still 12 to come after tonight, but pretty important when you start thinking about it, because you might look at the Pacific Division standings and go, well, why is it that Tacoma's ahead of San Diego Loyal? Because they won the season series against Loyal, winning 3 times out of 3, picking up all 9 points. That's really what's on the line here tonight, too, for Loyal, is winning the season series against Orange County. Pick up 3 points here tonight, and you won't have to worry about that tiebreaker at the end of the year.
Yeah, I talked about it the other night with the match being worth more than 3 points with the losing skid.
You must win. You had a must win.
I had a must win. I put the hammer down for the must win, and the team followed through. But in all seriousness, the reason why I was talking about it being worth more than 3 points, it was a psychological point of view. It was a, dare I say, a bit of a spiritual point of view, being bigger than 3 points, that match against Vegas with the 3-game home losing streak coming into it. This night tonight is a 6-pointer. All you mathematicians out there who and technical folk who might have had a problem with me talking about the last game being worth more than 3 points, tonight's game mathematically is a 6-pointer. You're talking about 2 teams neck and neck in the standings, and the winner takes, it's 3 dropped points for the loser and 3 gained for the winner. This is a classic 6-pointer of a match. And furthermore, you talk about tiebreakers. So I don't want to call it a 9-pointer or a 12-pointer. I don't want to get carried away, but this has such an added level of importance. This is a loaded match in terms of consequence and reward for both of these teams. I love it. And
that is what's on tap. It's brought to you by Stone Brewing. Not only will we be paying attention to San Diego Loyal hosting Orange County Soccer Club, we'll also be keeping our eyes on Sacramento, which is right now below the playoff cutoff point with 21 points. They are at Phoenix, an incredibly difficult place to play. We know Phoenix definitely becomes the bully of the bunch when they're playing at home out there in Chandler. So we'll keep you up to date on that. That is what's on tap, brought to you by Stone Brewing as you're inside of the Buena Vista Social Club. This Tacos for the Win promotion brought to you by Rubio's Coastal Grill. If San Diego Loyal wins today's match, fans will receive 1 free a la carte taco. Did you get yours on Thursday?
I didn't get my taco. I still haven't gotten any of my car washes. I need to follow through, so do it for me, please. Rubio's Tacos, and go get your Soapy Joe car wash after Austin Guerrero keeps it clean.
Here's how you do that. Enter coupon code SDLoyal online at Rubios.com or in the Rubios app tomorrow to get your free taco. Loyal making a little bit of news this week. There's a new addition to the roster. There's a new interim president. We're going to talk to him when we come back. He's Nate Alvarez. I'm Darren Smith. This is Matchday Live. We're back after this on the SD Loyal Facebook page and YouTube page.
Your summer starts here. With big savings on a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer the best time of the year. But don't miss out on all the fun. See your Toyota dealer and catch a great deal today.
Right now, drive home a stylish new Corolla with a low $199 a month lease. Or you can save big with $1,500 factory cash back.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
During this pandemic, many families are worried about visiting healthcare facilities. I'm Dr. Gail Knight, Rady Children's Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer. I'd like to share with you the advice that I give my own family and friends. The best thing that you can do to keep your child healthy is to continue to keep routine appointments like vaccinations and regular checkups. This keeps you, your child, and our community as protected as possible. We are always open, we are here for you, and we are safe.
It's time to get moving with the financial partner that's here for your journey. From small steps to big milestones, USE Credit Union is here for you. With tools to help you bank fast, solutions to help you go far, and a team of dream makers that's ready to help you step forward with confidence. USE Credit Union.
All right, it is Match Day Live. I'm Darren Smith. He's not Jordan Caruth. Jordan Caruth did not take the night off to go celebrate his birthday. Jordan, it's his birthday. Does everybody know that? It's Jordan Caruth's
Happy birthday, Jordan Caruth.
You will see Jordan and hear Jordan on the broadcast tonight. Your View, ESPN Plus, alongside Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan. This guy, though, do you know this guy? This is Ricardo Campos. Ricardo Campos was in the news this week. He was named interim president for San Diego Loyal. It is a pleasure to meet you, Ricardo. I'm Darren, that's Nate. How you doing tonight?
We've met.
Is this really the first time we're meeting? Is
Yes.
it really the first time
It's
we're
the
meeting?
first time
It is
we're
not.
meeting with El Presidente.
It is the
Okay,
first
that's
time.
good.
It's the first
with
time I'm
El
meeting with
Presidente.
President Campos. I've known Ricardo Campos for years, but this is the first time hanging out with President Ricardo Campos.
But it doesn't change anything, right?
No, we're still the same humble lads, just, you know.
It's
here
funny because
together
I
for
was
football.
actually this show at Stone for a very different reason, which was COVID last year.
Right.
And that sucked. But
That's
glad to
right.
be
That's
back.
the only other time that you've ever been on the show.
It's the only other time
First
I've been
match
invited.
back at Monarchs. Well, that's not true. Usually you're running around this place.
That's right.
Nobody is buzzing around this building more than Ricardo Campos. Congratulations. We
Thank
brought
you.
the
Thank you.
Frisianet for you because, you know, Match Day Live, it's always a celebration. Anytime we can be
Absolutely.
here at Torero Stadium. San Diego Loyal hosting Orange County Soccer Club tonight. Named interim president. How does your life
sir.
change now?
Changes a little bit. I'm just excited. I'm just excited for it because I think this is a huge opportunity in this market, with the city, with these fans. Like, it's just opportunity of a lifetime. We go a little bit further back on, you know, just building. I moved back to San Diego to do this, to create a team here. Went through some different adventures, but then joined this club. You know, from the very beginning. Amazing what we've accomplished, but even more amazing now to be able to lead a group of people to do this. But, you know, just blessed to do it.
So what have you been doing before being named interim president? I know what you've been doing, but let's let them know.
Okay, so it's
Or
Originally
better
from
yet,
Brazil,
what
like,
haven't
how
you been
far
doing?
can we go back, right? Yeah. Well, background is I'm Brazilian. I went to school here in San Diego, moved to New York, worked for MLS, worked for Red Bull, and then moved back to San Diego. Helped a little bit with the beginning of 1904. Was part of Soccer City in some shape or form in the ground roots effort, and then started here at the very, very beginning on a desk, helping out, and then joined operations. But a lot of my background is in soccer operations. As technical director for Red Bull for 5 years, or maybe longer, I don't know. But now here, and excited for this, excited for what we're doing in San Diego, connecting with the community, building relationships. But there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go.
I'm glad you brought that up, your pathway just here in San Diego alone to this point, let alone going all the way back to Brazil, all the way back to MLS with New York Red Bulls, but specifically since we've known each other, we were just laughing saying, my God, has it really been 4 years that we've known each other, and all these different ventures and all these peaks and valleys. Talk about what it means to you to be a part of something like this now at the helm as president, and you look around, it feels like a lot of stuff that we were talking about 4 years ago. Dare I say, it's kind of happening before our eyes right now.
I couldn't agree more. So a lot of times you go through these meetings and you have the, what was a special moment this year? And to me, it was very obvious to go to March 7 last year where we had our first game, right? But it also hit me again. I might have known a little bit earlier than the public know, right? So on Wednesday at that game, which was special, right? 5-1, a bunch of goals, exciting game. At the end of it, my wife sent me a nice text, and it was just, I had to hold back the tears a little bit of what it means to be here, to go through this process and this craziness, and to be doing this for this city. I can't express that anymore on how I really appreciate San Diego and how it deserves a proper team. Absolutely, a proper soccer club.
And by the way, I'd like to ask you about that because, your background, being Brazilian, being in Major League Soccer, soccer fans in this town have heard forever how much potential there is. Right. But yet, here we are, season number 2, and this is the highest level of pro soccer we've ever had. Mm-hmm. From your perspective, not just playing to the crowd, right? That's an easy thing to do. What is it about San Diego that makes it so special, so unique? How high is the ceiling here for professional soccer in this town?
I don't think there's any ceiling, let's say, right? I think what we can do here is incredible. I think there's a really unique factor here. There's an incredible amount of people that play, that watch the game, that participate, that coach. There's kids, there's adults, there's over 30 leagues, over 40 leagues. We have all the leagues possible. But it's the level of education about the game. So if you stand and watch our crowd when we play well and we get a few passes through and we get into it, you can see how the crowd gets into it because they're educated in the game. And I think that's a beautiful thing to see, and this is where traditions are built, right? Because you have that education around the game, and you have people who are coming in new and going, ooh, I like that, I like what they're doing. I had people here last week who are like, who are those guys across the field? What are they doing? I want to be there. So it's a combination of all of that experienced players, fans, and they're very educated, which keeps us on our toes too,
Yeah, that's good, right? You can't cut corners here.
Right, no, absolutely not.
And Ricardo, for this organization, again, the team wearing their Black Lives Matter kits tonight. Right. There's pride flags and transgender flags flying in the stadium. Right. So many things that this club stands for. You and I have had so many conversations off the air about that. Talk about the social justice angle of this club and what this club stands for and how much that means to you now stepping into a role as club president.
Look, I think we're a reflection of our community, and I think San Diego is a very accepting and inclusive city. It's a huge melting pot, even though a lot of people don't see it as a melting pot because we're not bragging about it like other cities do. But and we're a reflection of that. So I don't think there's anything special in a way because we're just a reflection of what the city is. Right. And so, I think we just have to keep making sure that we are, acting and speaking against things that we don't believe are right. Absolutely.
So I have one final question before we wrap up here, and we'll get into the starting 11, pick the kick coming up here in a little bit. So they announced that Ricardo Campos is named interim president at 8:30 in the morning on Friday. You got to bask in that glory. You had to have the spotlight for about 90 minutes, and then the club announced that it had signed Augustine Williams on loan from LA Galaxy. Nice. Nate and I have yet to talk about this. He is on the roster. He's been selected on the 18th for tonight. tell us a little bit about the most recent addition here to San Diego Loyal. Because I know you're deeply involved with this sort of stuff too. I mean, the club president isn't just sitting there, counting.
He knows
not
a
the
thing
bean
or two
counter.
about signing players. I can
He
tell you
does.
this.
So tell us a little bit about the latest addition to the group.
So look, I think we're always looking to get better. Part of the process of building a team, and we're a second-year team. First year was very tricky, to say the least. And so we always have to keep building. And Agustin is somebody who can make a difference for us. We expect him to come in and just blend into the group. A lot of what we do is to make sure that the players that come in feel welcomed, and it's that jigsaw puzzle, make sure it fits in. And he has a lot of the attributes that fit in what we need. And I'm just gonna throw that out there that we might not be done.
Oh, a little tease. A little bit of a tease.
That's why we bring El Presidente onto the show here on
El
Matchday
Presidente.
Live. There you go.
We celebrate every Matchday Live because Matchday Live is a celebration. Anytime we can play at home at Torero Stadium in front of fans after that year last year where there weren't many of us here.
Never take it for
we
granted.
will never take it for
ever
granted again. Would you like to pop the champagne?
Hold this microphone.
So
aim at.
you don't aim at the lights. We don't need any sort of. Well, we'll let Ricardo pop that. Oh, not bad.
Not bad.
It was okay.
Pretty good.
It worked.
It went backwards. It's all right.
Yes,
It's all right.
yes.
Ricardo, congratulations. I think we all are in agreement. We are
Bartender
thrilled
Smith over here.
to have you as our leader here.
He gets the first glass.
You got
The president gets the
quartered up.
first glass right there. Come on now.
I heard Landon say very nice things about you on the radio earlier this week. I don't know if you caught that. Yes. So that's always off to a good start. And we look forward to another 3 points coming up here tonight at home.
Absolutely. I'm incredibly thankful for Andrew and Landon and our entire staff to allow me the opportunity to lead this and be part of it. So
Cheers to
thank
you.
And thank
Cheers
you
to
guys.
you.
Cheers.
Thanks for putting up with me for 4 years.
Yes. Cheers to Ricardo Campos. When we come back, we'll get you the starting 11. We'll get you our picks to kick. All of that coming up next. Darren Smith, Nate Alvarez. It's Matchday Live back from Torero Stadium here in a minute.
It starts off with a little seed. And with a little love from nature, it sprouts to life. And when delicious fresh fruits and veggies are perfect, they are rushed to the home of fresh. Sprouts, where goodness grows.
Want a perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
I'm not even sure what's happening here, and I know it's fast, but I'm in love with you. We're gonna be together forevs, and I'm gonna keep you looking good, boo. That's why I got you unlimited washes. That's right, we're gonna binge wash, babe. Commit to your car. What are you waiting for?
All right, we are back. It is Matchday Live. San Diego Loyal tonight, hosting Orange County Soccer Club, coming up at 7:30. Your View, ESPN Plus. You can listen to Jordan Caruth, Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan.
Hall of Famer Jordan Caruth.
Birthday boy
Jordan Caruth.
And Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan. I'm told there is champagne up in the booth. I don't know what the status of said champagne is, but for whatever that is worth. Plus, en español, Azteca 33.
Yes.
Coming up a little later on tonight. You can buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Adidas collection. Some unique designs that you can't find anywhere else at the shop. Shop online today at theshop.sdloyal.com or visit the shop in Mission Valley. All right, let's get to our starting 11 here. We're running up against it. Starting 11 tonight, we see Austin Guerrero back in net tonight. Your number one is back. He started 3 of the last 4. Also, Nate Abarea, third appearance ever for SD Loyal. We see a local name in the starting 11 tonight, Jordan Chavez.
I'm so glad we got to this on a big night for Jordans of San Diego. Birthday boy Jordan Caruth up in the commentary booth, but down on the pitch here at Torero Stadium in Linda Vista on a Saturday night in SD. Jordan Chavez, from Chula Vista to professional soccer. This man has taken a pathway that I don't have nearly enough time to tell you all about, but it's a beautiful pathway. It's a rugged pathway, it's a gritty pathway, and it's a wonderful, wonderful journey that has led him to this point. And now, this is his first start at home, first appearance at home in USL for SD Loyal. He did get some playing time up in Tacoma earlier this year, but to start in front of the home fans for a kid from Chula Vista, now a young man hailing from Chula Vista, Jordan Chavez, I cannot wait to see this lad out on the pitch.
I know, I'm
really
super
special.
excited. Just even watching him warm up here tonight, you can just see he was beaming, and I'm sure we're going to hear it tonight.
Our friends from the Emo Brown Foundation are hyped for this. Everyone down in Chula Vista, the whole South Bay is hyped for Jordan Chavez.
There's a buzz,
tonight.
there's an energy here in Torero Stadium. Some of the people who work with the club were telling us earlier they're expecting one of the biggest crowds of the year, so super exciting on that front, whether they're coming out to see Jordan or anybody else. But you do see, again, what's happening on the back line with Larraz, Yarrow, Martin, etc. Some of the other names, pretty much what we saw last time. Time for Pick the Kick, and Pick the Kick is it's been altered a little bit. We'll explain this more on the post-match show
More
here on Matchday
tiebreakers
Live.
for me, D.
Corey Herzog has had a goal taken away from him. It's been ruled by the league as an own goal, not a goal credited
So more
to Corey
importantly, does
Herzog.
that mean that Darren Smith had 3 points taken from him?
It's
I mean,
just
more
ridiculous.
important matters here.
Absolutely.
My goodness.
Pick the Kick tonight. Honorary and also in agreement with Jordan Caruth. Had Jordan been here, he would tell you about Tumi Moshabani. Nate Abarea is here instead, so he's going to tell you about Tumi, who's now the team leader in goals scored in 2021.
What a story Tumi has been this year, and someone who I don't think Tumi Moshabani would mind me saying this. He was slumping at a certain portion, for a large portion early on this season.
I think he was slumping in confidence.
Well, that's what happens when you can't put the ball in the back of the net as a striker in professional football. You get short on confidence, and suddenly you get a tap in, you get one good touch, you get an assist, you get your confidence back, get that swagger back, and suddenly the dominoes start falling, and that's been what's happened for Tumi over the last couple of weeks. And he's gone from kind of a reserve option up front to come off the bench to, technically speaking, offensively, the leading goal scorer for SD Loyal. So he has earned his chance to score again tonight. I don't know if I'm even allowed in the Pick to Kick bar. I've been kicked out of the pub multiple times. But if I can find my way through the bouncers and through the door, I would take Tumi Moshabani for my Pick to Kick this evening.
You and the birthday boy are on the same page. I'm going to go with Augustine Williams, who we just talked about with Ricardo Campos. He's new. He's on the 18. He's going to play. Landon Donovan said it on some random AM radio station earlier this week that he is going to play. He scored 13 goals last year. He's on loan from LA Galaxy. So I like waiting to see what we have in store here with Augustine Williams coming off the bench in the second half.
And if he said it on AM radio, you can take it to the bank.
Because AM radio, 100% factually accurate all the time.
Royalty.
Absolutely right. No slander here for AM radio coming on Matchday Live. And you can see the standings as well. Chavos, who had a big week last week going with Tumi Moshabani, they're going to go with Williams as well.
Anyone who was going with Tumi over the last 2 or 3 weeks has really found their way creeping up the Pick to Kick standings.
And I also, as the manager's walking by, everybody, hey everybody, Landon Donovan coming by, nice to see him. Also, I will say, a little bit of motivation for Corey Herzog now.
Yes.
You know, you bring in another striker, you bring in another forward. Not only did he lose a goal because the league took one away and called it an own goal on not Monarchs, what was the match? Tacoma. But, you know, now all of a sudden here comes a little bit of competition. So, I mean, I sort of like that spirit as well. You know, I do like what that's all about. Before we wrap up, this summer, Chicano Federation presents Kicking It with the Loyal, a free 8-week soccer camp. It's going to host 800 children aged 5 to 12 at the United States Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista. Soccer camps are open to all San Diego Unified students for free. There are still spots available for the upcoming weeks. You can apply at levelupsandiego.org. Nate, we got about 30 seconds here. Orange County fired its manager this week. I have no idea what to expect with Orange County. They're bringing in an interim manager here tonight. It's 3rd versus 4th in the Pacific Division.
I put down the gauntlet. I put down the judge's gavel. Last week, I came in with hot takes because I know how much you love them.
I do.
I came with a guarantee or a call for a must-win. I said Loyal were going to win, but I also called it a must-win. I feel like I should just keep the train rolling right down the tracks. It's 3v4 on a Saturday night in SD, and it's another must-win for San Diego Loyal. They got to get 3 points tonight.
Who knows what a weird turn of events for Orange County. Their longtime manager, Braden Cloutier, who had been with them forever, not just in a managerial capacity, they ended up losing at home Wednesday night to Tacoma.
3-0.
3-0
Tacoma, fresh off beating San Diego and riding their momentum right up to Orange County.
Second, and they sack him on Thursday morning.
And this is an Orange County team that has been, I think the sacking may have been a wee bit harsh, but it is a team who's been slumping. It was a team who looked like they had second place, on lock going into the postseason. You were thinking Loyal in 3rd, OC in 2nd with the way things were shaping out in the table. But now they're rapidly falling, so hopefully Loyal can take advantage of the OC slumps this evening. Long may they continue.
Darren Smith, we'll see you post-match here, Matchday Live. Again, coming up on your view here locally on Cox Channel 4, ESPN Plus, and in Espanol at Azteca 33. We'll see you post-match. Enjoy it. We'll toast to you. Cheers, everybody, and enjoy the game.
Switch to Martin. Now Guido. That's it long range. He's got it! Dispersed in a Loyal jersey. 1-0 San Diego.
Stadium in San Diego. It has been a sellout the last few days. Loyal SC ready to kick off this season.
Drew actually got a hand on it, and this one will go high and up and in! One more time!
Torero Stadium in San Diego. Professional soccer has finally arrived.